Thanks, Amanda. Okay, take two. I call this city council meeting to order March 3rd, 2026 at 7:08 p.m. I will stand and do a flag salute. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll just remind everyone why we don't do the flag salute at the beginning of our workshop or during our urban renewal. We have decided as a council to do our flag salute at council meetings because that's when we have our most youth. And we felt that it was important that the youth see that we still do the Pledge of Allegiance for our meetings. So that's why we do that. We have everyone here, so we have no excuses or unexcused. We'll go to approval of minutes, City Council Workshop, February 3rd, 2026.
I move to approve the City Council Workshop minutes, February 3rd, 2026 as presented.
I'll second.
I got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Having heard none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? City Council meeting, February 3rd, 2026.
Move to approve the city council meeting minutes, February 3rd, 2026 as presented.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion for this? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Financial report.
Thank you. Our financial report is as of January 31st, 2026. I just wanted to point out to you, aside from the notes that you have, is on the cash report. When we're going by dates as of January 31st, our accounts payable gal cut all the checks because she was going to be gone for a few days and I was out with illness. I think that was round number 3. We're like at round number 4 at my house now. So it was just the timing, but at no point was our account actually in negatives, but just because of the date cutoff, just wanted to point that out, but just assured that it did not go negative. The other exciting news at the end of your notes, I mentioned that we finally got our 2023-2024 audit from Barnett and Morrow. They are very, very much short-staffed. If you recall, they sent us a letter amongst other municipalities in the area that they, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to continue with auditing services for municipalities. And so we went out, got a new auditing firm, which is Aldrich CPA Plus Advisors. I've already sent them our audit. They've already sent back the list. So aside with supposedly me going 100% budget, I'm going 100% budget and then 100% plus for the 24-25 audit. But exciting that we finally got that other one. There's jurisdictions like Hermiston who's still waiting for theirs. So we're excited that we got ours. I've also already sent out our audit to Standards & Poor. That's also an annual requirement for our GO bond. And they do the rating on municipalities for any future debts. So those have all been taken care of and we're running with the new audit.
Anyone have questions about the financial report or the City of Boardman audit? Because you addressed the audit too, right?
Yeah, that's on here.
Oh, I thought you did that already.
So the audit was also included in your packet. We have a clear audit opinion, so no findings. We didn't have to send them anything new. They just had to go back and review everything because our on-site auditor was no longer with the auditing firm as well. So somebody else had to kind of step in to finish it up. But no audit findings. And so because it's so late and there were no audit findings, we made the administrative decision to not have them come and present unless any of the counselors have any specific questions.
I don't have any. So then we can expect this year's audit like in November or December as we usually have them.
Correct. So as soon as I just got the list from them this week because we just got the audit this week. we'll get that completed as timely, as quickly as we can, so that as soon after June 30th, we can get started on the 25-26 audit and get back onto a regular schedule.
Excellent.
Anyone have any other questions? Thank you. All right, so we'll go to public comment, which I think is everyone's here for. We have some prearranged presentations. The first one is going to be naming our contest winners. So how did you want to just do this? Just call one at a time?
However you want. So there's 5 students, if you want to have them come up one at a time and then
All
do
right.
one big picture.
Yep, we'll do one at a time. We'll start with the Vac Truck Big Boy by Landon, 5th grade. So if Landon is here, come on up.
I don't know.
I know.
Never a bad time to clap.
I think that's the,
Did you put it on backwards?
no, let's go.
So smile. Teeth. Let's take some pictures. Good job. Are you nervous?
He's at a firing squad.
All right. Abby from 3rd grade. Take that off.
What's the name of the big vac truck?
Big boy.
Big boy. Did I not say big boy?
You did first.
It's the big boy. They came up with, did both of them come up with big
They
boy?
really did. That's the legit. They both came up with big boy.
Well, good.
Oh, you should have come up together.
Here.
How about that one time?
Yeah.
Come up with that.
Are you nervous? Yeah. Good job. All right, so that was for the vac truck. Now we'll go to the street sweeper, and you probably have seen them go out going around. This one is called The Little Sweep, and it's by Eli in 4th grade. Came up with that all by yourself?
And Lil, L-I-L.
Yeah. Little sweet.
Lil. Yeah, it's hard not to say.
Did I say Little Sweeper?
It's hard not.
Little Sweeper.
Little sweeper.
Little sweet.
And
Little.
designed by, so what is designed?
They actually,
Give
what
the
you see, they
design
did
on
the
the
design.
truck?
Yep.
Okay, the designers were by Riverside High School students, and I hope I said it right, Indira and Brenda. How did you come up with the design?
By the thing.
So you can do it at school? You have to.
No. It was like our graphic design class. That was an assignment.
So you did it in graphic design class? All right. All right, good job. So let's take a picture.
And then do you want to have everyone come up and get one more with
Yeah.
everybody?
Okay, good job. So what grade are you in? Both of you seniors? Senior and junior? Well, good job. Everyone, we're gonna get a group picture. Come on up.
He's super excited about that.
You saw the eyes too?
All right, come on up.
We're having the back.
In the back.
Right over here. There you go. Now you're not left out.
We're going to be happy.
I don't know. I think Mr. Christie needs to make a big deal at the high school so you can go on down and get a presentation in front of everybody at the high school. That would really embarrass you. Yes.
I'm still going like to talk to you.
Oh, Norma has something to say? Yes, Norma, you have the
I
floor.
was gonna see if we could screen share the pictures of that.
I tried to send it to Amanda's email, but I could only text it to her and then she isn't on the computer. It's not.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I did not get the pictures in time to be able to present them. Sorry.
On my phone, if anybody wants. to
We'll put it on the website. You'll see it.
All right. So,
Website tomorrow.
oh, what?
Check out the website tomorrow.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
There you
Great. The next one is the Morrow County Schools. We'll start with Sam Boardman. Do we have some people from Sam Boardman that are going to do a presentation?
go.
Ooh, here.
You want to fix the mic?
Mr. Keepers.
Mike's good. Mike's got it.
Mike's got the mic.
Hi, my name is Addie, and I am a third grade student at Sam Boardman. The following are activities that are happening at our school this month. We are currently celebrating Dr. Seuss Week with reading activities and dress-up days. Spring break is March 23rd through March 27th. Our school attendance last month was 94%.
Woohoo.
We held a STEAM night last week. 215 people came, thanks to the PTO and teachers for helping. Spring conferences will be held the week after spring break. Our Student of the Month Buccaneers Award Assembly is the last Thursday of every month at 3 o'clock. Thank you.
Now we get to ask you some questions. So, did you say your name was Abby? What did you say your name was? Addie. And what grade are you in? Third grade. Who's your teacher? You have Mr. Jepson's. I know Mr. Jepson. So, he was in our,
Yes, we all got hired.
we were all hired the same day. So, were you nervous? You did a really good job. You did a good job. Any other counselor members have any comments for her?
I heard somewhere,
Good job.
yeah,
Good job,
She did.
girl.
I heard somewhere that Monday is going to be your 100th day of school. Is that true? Sweet. Do you have anything special planned?
All right, so now we got the older ones from Windy River Elementary.
Good evening, City Board. First, I will be talking about Read Across America Week. This week is when we celebrated the literacy with excitement and joy. Throughout the week, we enjoyed dress-up days, participated in bookmark making contests, and had the chance to get books from our book vending machine, which is a huge motivator and highlight for us students. We are also very lucky to host lots of outstanding guest readers, representatives from city government, including Brandon Hammond and his crew members of the local fire department, and 5 RHS seniors, all volunteered their time to read to us. Each group did an amazing job engaging with students. Students clearly enjoyed this amazing experience. The next event I will be speaking about is ODE, Visit Foundational Reading Program. In February, Oregon Department of Education Representative Angie Gunther came to WRE to watch our foundational reading program in action. It was a wonderful opportunity to showcase the strong work of our staff and students. During her visit, we talked about the school improvement strategies for raising our OSAS scores. We are proud to say that Angie described the work happening at WRE as impressive. A special thank you to Aaron Stalker, Rachel Heron, and Matt Comby for coming to support WRE during the visit. We appreciate the opportunity to show off the great work happening in our building.
Our elementary principals have begun visiting one another's schools for instructional walkthroughs. This collaboration has been incredibly valuable. It is inspiring to see the high quality work happening across our elementary buildings. Teachers and principals are working hard every day to ensure students receive the education they deserve. It is a privilege to be a part of an elementary team that works together, shares ideas, and supports one another. The Moore County School District is fortunate to have such dedicated professionals serving our students. We recently held our Quarter 2 Wise Wolf Awards, and it was a tremendous success. Parents were invited to join us as we celebrated students for their academic growth and positive citizenship. It was a great opportunity to recognize the hard work our students are putting in each day. As a part of the celebration, we held a popular ticket polls where students earned chances to win fun prizes. We also gave away 3 bikes and scooters to students from each grade level. The excitement was high and the positive energy in the building was incredible. Our kids are doing a great job, and it was wonderful to celebrate their efforts together. Good things are happening at Windy River Elementary. Go Wolves!
Yep, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. So have you done elections yet at the school? Who's the president?
We are not yet to do the elections.
They're not doing. They don't have a president anymore?
Like kids from every grade. They don't have official titles yet.
They just, interesting. So you're just a part of the council now. So the school just has a council.
Yes.
So who's the head council person?
I'm not.
No, that's a trick question. Just kidding. Well, you did a good job. Were you nervous? It's always nervous. It's always hard.
First time.
They're getting better though.
Yes.
They're getting to be pros at this, yeah. So do you guys have something planned for the 100th day of school?
We don't do that anymore.
Windy River doesn't. Windy River does not do 100-day. That's a K3.
Really?
Yeah.
You all are missing out.
Yeah.
I just want to know if Mr. Hammond paid for you guys to say his name.
I was wondering what book he read.
You guys remember, who was in it? There anybody in my?
Read to 5th grade.
Oh, it was titled, I Hate to Read. I hate reading. I think that it was a good book. True.
True statement. All right.
Any other questions? Good job, ladies.
Thank you.
So it is not rude if you need to go. If you need to leave, it is not rude. So you are excused if you need to go. And thank you again for coming and supporting everyone who got awards and did presentations. It was a nice job. Thank you.
Hey, loan me your sweater now.
I know,
Back off, sister.
So our next section on public comment is Priya Rain's presentation, Northeast Front Street, Mike Lee's. And if you happen to take a look at your agenda, it's in there. It's pretty cool.
It is, but it's also on the wall.
Hello.
Oh, it's up there
Hello.
too.
Okay.
Did we have the lights dimmed?
popcorn.
So the next project on the docket is the Northeast Front Street Improvements Project. I'm sure you all remember when we did the pavement evaluation study that this road was rated poor. It was one of the worst roads. And so it was definitely due for an upgrade, and an upgrade indeed it will be. So it's somewhat of an odd configuration of a road with the ODOT right of way on the south side. But the major project components were putting sidewalk, curb and gutter along the whole north side, street lights at a similar frequency as they are on Main Street. So it'll be a well lighted area. And we've got some truck parking incorporated into that odd shaped right of way down there by the hotel. Additional passenger parking by the park there. And the addition, we're punching Third Street through. The first alley, I believe, in Boardman's gonna get constructed. And then we're constructing Fourth Street and punching Boardman Avenue through to Olson Road. So that's it as a bird's eye view. There's a couple other figures in there that goes a little bit more in depth, but it's going to be a great project. And timing wise, we're going to advertise for bid probably this week or next week, and open bids in about a month. And so with that, we'll kick the tires and get the shovels out and break ground probably in May. So yeah.
I have a question about truck parking.
Yeah.
And truck traffic. So is there a turnaround spot for the trucks?
The trucks would go to Olson and to Columbia Avenue.
Okay.
Or that would
So
be
there
the
is no
truck route.
there is no
turnaround.
No turnaround.
Okay. Well, I just think that that's gonna be a lot of truck traffic in that little space, but maybe it won't be too much. I don't know. How many spots are there for trucks to park?
That's what I was gonna ask.
There's not many. It's more a utilization of space. There's probably, I don't know, 6 trucks that could park there.
Okay.
And just say there's already trucks parked.
That's what I was gonna say. There's
Well,
already.
yeah, but it's usually 1 or 2. It's not.
Most of them are parking on the south side.
Yeah. Okay.
And similar to Main Street, access is going to be closed.
Yeah, we'll close the street entirely. We have installed provisions in the contract where the first thing the contractor will be doing is constructing Third Street. And so that one will enable access to that will
Relatively.
enable access to the splash pad to continue until the new one's constructed. So trying to keep access to that facility while
Have you
the new one gets.
anticipated school traffic?
Well, if it starts in May, that's why I was asking as well, but
Yeah,
it sounds like if they start with Third Street,
it won't matter.
by then maybe school's basically out.
Just because kids do take that to train. I don't know if it makes it any faster, but that's what they try to do.
Yeah.
So.
Just like Main Street, it's going to be a disruption to certain traffic patterns. And, we'll have it well signed and the detours in place. But yeah, that's one of the downsides of construction is the daily disruptions in traffic flow.
And
What's the alley for?
The alley is for business accesses in the rear of the buildings.
Or the
and for the incubator
annex?
in the incubator building. Mhm.
Does this Front Street have all the water and sewer that runs down it as well?
We fixed the sewer line that was down there by 4th Street already. The water lines were replaced in the 2000s with the PVC line. So we are adding, there's already a sewer line in 4th Street and Boardman Avenue. So we're adding water lines in that for future development. So we're taking care of the utilities as we're constructing those roads. And on Boardman Avenue, 3rd Street and 4th Street, we're installing the underground stormwater infrastructure. So when that area does develop, development requirement is curb, gutter, and sidewalk. So the infrastructure will be in place. So when the curb, gutters, and sidewalks get installed, they can just connect to this stormwater infiltration swales. And so you won't be cutting up the new asphalt.
And will the pipes be big enough to do a housing development down there and hotels and all the things that are considered possibilities?
What is the style of the curbs? Is it the rolling or is it the block?
Standard curb,
Like okay.
Yep.
Like the new variety, not the,
not the mountable curb. It's not mountable curb.
Malibu is the roll.
Mountable.
is a
It's the same curbs that are on Main Street.
Well, some people call what we have down Rome Street a curb. That's that rule that.
it's a
That's a mountable.
That's the mound.
Mount.
Means that you can mount it with a tire.
Mountable.
I mean, you hit the other one good enough, you can mount it with a tire.
That's called bending.
Ones that aren't in here.
So when you say curb and gutter, that's what we have on Main Street.
Correct, yes.
I don't know. I'm gonna ask just a quick question. I don't know if you already mentioned, so is Northeast Front Street gonna get widened all the way to? Or is it gonna be the same dimensions, only resurfaced? With sidewalks is what it sounds like, right?
It will be a consistent width.
Mhm.
Right now it's not consistent. It'll be a little bit narrower. But
will it have a bike path and all that?
yeah, it will have a bike path.
Cause I anticipate as, development happens there, more parking will probably, and people will just park wherever.
Well, and that is the categorization of that road. It's not a
Is it a
collector.
feeder? Arterial?
It's not an arterial. I think it's a collector street, and the city standard for a collector street's no on-street parking. So similar to,
So that's a problem at the soccer field.
The soccer
Well, that
field
won't be there no more.
Hopefully.
Okay, well, between now and then.
So we're building this road in future of hope that we'll have other businesses come in. And we're not gonna build it wide enough to where we have a turn lane in the middle.
Or 3rd and 4th Street.
Kind of like we have on Main Street where we have a lane in the middle. We're not planning on something like that.
So if you looked at the average daily trips down there, it's not nowhere close to like a Main Street.
Well, I get that, but if we put businesses down there, which is in the hope, we're just gonna build a new street in 10 years.
I don't anticipate the average daily trips to increase enough to have the need for a turn lane.
I don't want to seem argumentative, but neither did Main Street 20 years ago. And yet here we are. And I don't think the turn lanes are quite big enough now.
But
I mean, I feel like,
in all fairness, Main Street's going to have businesses on both sides, whereas Northeast Front Street's only
Only
gonna have
on one
businesses on
side.
one side.
yeah,
So you're
well,
only gonna need a turning lane for traffic going east.
I guess my only comment was, are we building the road with the future in mind? I know the answer is yes, but that'd be my answer. But if I was in your position, but I want to make sure that we're not like shooting ourselves like 10 years, like, oh, wow.
Well, we are following the city standards that have been adopted.
Yeah, I know
so-
that the city standards, but we can always improve on, build them bigger. So that was just my comment.
the only argument I have, it does seem like I'm being argumentative, but Main Street only has businesses on one side currently. And Main Street really does need a turning lane down the middle all the way down. And we have that, but this new street, is it projected to have businesses only on one side? I don't know, just,
Could we have an
We also-
additional lane just for turns? Like on the,
people to get,
for the, what would it be? The right side, I guess, is what I mean?
well, people traveling east need a turn lane to get off the road.
I think
to
the,
get into the
the
business.
bigger the road, the bigger the cost.
Oh,
But I was gonna say also, it's not just the businesses for Main Street. You have all of the residential, which is heavily populated on that side to get to that side of Boardman, that use the Main Street. And until recently, there wasn't really another option for people to get to that side of Boardman. So I just wanted to add that as well.
And you're also opening the road on Boardman Avenue. So it doesn't become everyone has to use Northeast Front Street. You really can go on Boardman Avenue as well.
You could, but I think you're less likely to go down that road just because of how compact it is. Down
No,
both
but I'm
downhill.
like housing in the future that could access the housing that we hope to build. I mean, and the businesses, you're talking, I don't know, 3, 4. We have how many lots? 1, 2, 3, 4. The incubator buildings. The ones up there won't go all the way through. They would cut up at Second Street. So
I don't know, I think there are hotels
about-
planned down there
What about when the church gets built?
and the hotels.
That'll have significant traffic.
My only comment was I just hope that we're not building it.
Too small.
Yeah, that was my only comment. I don't know if it's the right thing or the wrong thing, but I would sure hate to spend the money and then business come in there and they're like going, well, we kind of missed that one. And because we followed code and everything, but, and that's the tricky thing in everything, trying to guesstimate what we're gonna have in a certain amount of time. And that would just, I just think that, I just hope we don't make the wrong decision.
I guess the other thing that I'm thinking is 20 years ago, we didn't have a traffic problem on Main Street. So if I'm thinking about this road lasting 20 plus years, I want to make sure that what we're doing is thinking about it being this busy.
Because I see this will be a main road.
I do too.
So we're not using the entire right of way for this road design.
Okay.
So if indeed you are 20 years down the road and you need to add a lane, you have the right of way on the south. If that need does present itself, like you have
Could
the,
add a lane
you have the real estate,
without as much cost.
like the road itself is gonna last a really long time.
Sure.
So it wouldn't be a matter of reconstructing the road. It would be a matter of adding a lane.
The lights are going on the north side.
The lights are on the north side along with the curb and gutter.
So you wouldn't have to tear out something in order to add the lane. You would just add the lane and
Yep.
change the paint or whatever.
Just move in on ODOT. Okay.
So when you add Third Street there, when do you start talking to the people that live on Third Street already? Are you letting them know that, oh, you know, we're going out to bid and there's gonna be changes to this street in the next 6 months or 8 months? Because it seems to me like that's a common courtesy that you would let, because I would think that, well, it just keeps me from coming down and turning around in somebody's driveway. Now I can come all the way out to the street, which I think would be nice if I lived on that corner lot. But I think, so, and then if this Catholic Church builds there, I think then you're going to see a significant amount of traffic on like Third and Boardman Avenue and that Front Street there. Because when church lets out, they'll have lots of options now where they only, you know, you either can go to
East or
Yeah.
north or east or west, and that's it.
and get on regular Main Street. My other question is, are we going to add landscaping is the word I'm looking for, on the side,
No landscaping.
so it will just be weeds on that berm that goes up to the,
Right away.
to the freeway fence?
That's sad.
Well, then we are gonna have to get somebody with a good sprayer. Because that's, you're gonna add an attractive street. And it'll still look like that unkept
The ODOT,
side of the road there.
the ODOT right away.
That looks, yeah.
Should we?
And you can just spray it. I mean, that's not gonna be a problem.
Well, and it could be added in the future as well, but it's not included in this project.
So would there be water or anything put in there so that you, if you had to do something green and grassy there
We don't have any water services extending to the south at this.
to that whole side of that road?
And again, there's no sidewalk on the south right now. It will be eventually, but we're just like as a phase, because again, it's a huge road. And expense wise, and like Mike is saying, yeah, at some point, maybe we will come up.
So it kind of looked like the extension of Tatone,
Correct.
where you have curb and sidewalk on one side, and
Correct.
then it's gonna stop on that.
Yep. Yep.
And my whole point was, I just hope we don't.
Well, knowing that we
list
haven't
above.
used all of our land for the road, that we have an opportunity to make it wider if we needed to, is good to know.
Any other questions? Was that your presentation?
That's it.
Other questions? I just don't want to make sure we didn't like cut you out. Any other questions?
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mike.
Wait,
Thank
one more question. I had one more
Oh.
question. I just,
Just thought it,
Yeah.
sorry.
okay, so why are we doing the truck parking?
So there is a truck parking need in this area of town. It's seems apparent that there's not enough, and there is the right of way width in that area is significantly wide. And so there was an opportunity to create some parking to address that need. And so we made the best use of a space that was available.
How much lighting is in that truck parking area?
There's lighting across the street, and then there's lights in the park area,
What park?
the little pocket park.
Oh, the little front street grass.
Yeah.
The one in there,
Is there any inside the,
BBC one.
I think we need lighting in the truck parking area.
I want to change the subject 1 second, since you mentioned UEC. Are we supposed to tell UEC when there is a street light out?
Yes.
Okay,
And I usually go around and take pictures of the 4M25E sticker that's on it, which is their location. And they've been really quick to get them fixed. The one on Boardman Avenue, which I'm guessing most people are frustrated with, they cannot figure out, they don't have power to that pole. There's a loss of power somewhere and they are working on that.
no, I just happened to think of it, so, okay. Want to make sure.
Yeah, if you see them, please let us.
Be a nuisance, okay. Oh,
And
Thanks,
just,
Mike.
Thank you.
and just to answer Karen's question, I think in the past, we've done some kind of notification. We can easily do a push notification. I mean, the first, we have to present it to you guys first. And then we have to go out for bid and have somewhat of a schedule. That's how we've done all of them. Like, here's the schedule. It's gone on our website. We've put it on the reader board at some point. I mean, it goes out. So people know.
Well, they should know. Well, we try to notify them as best as we can. That's the better way to say it. All right, we'll go to action items, ordinances 4-2026 and ordinance implementing the moderate income revolving loan program and authorizing the city to enter into agreements with the Oregon Housing and Community Services. I think that's Mr. Hammond.
It is. So this just is that first step we've talked about. This is the Merle loan. It's been presented to the Housing Committee. Again, there is zero obligation that the city has. Someone will maintain it for us. It will be charged. We'll pay the money out of the 6% that we get, and developers have to agree to it. So to me, it's the win-win. It's a $75 million opportunity.
That nobody is utilizing.
Nope, no one's utilizing it, and 10 million of it is specifically for rural. And out of the cities that are currently looking at doing it, we are the only rural. So that's my spiel.
I move to approve the reading by title only of ordinance 4-2026, an ordinance implementing the moderate income revolving loan program and authorizing the city to enter into agreements with the Oregon Housing and Community Services.
And I'll second that.
Brenda.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We will go to ordinance 4-2026. What?
Step 2.
Oh, we're step 2 right here.
Staff member reads.
Oh, other public comment. My bad. Sorry.
Okay, is it me?
Yes.
Ordinance 4-2026, an ordinance implementing the moderate income revolving loan program and authorizing the city to enter into agreements with the Oregon Housing and Community Services.
I move to adopt ordinance 4-2026, an ordinance implementing the moderate income revolving loan program and authorizing the city to enter into agreements with the Oregon Housing and Community Services.
And I'll second that.
I got a motion, a second. Any discussion?
I did want to just say, Mr. Hammond, that with us being the only rural entity that is applying for that, I think it speaks to where we are at financially. And just have the ability, the personnel to really be able to manage something like that.
I'm not sure that our personnel it's not our personnel
It's not,
that are managing it.
it's not our personnel, but it is because of the staff that we have.
Do you
that-
know about it?
Yes.
That we could get to this point. Sure.
I took it as a compliment.
Yeah,
We go.
we're good. I didn't want a misconception that somebody on staff is going to have to orchestrate this or do something with it.
Okay. Action items.
Nope, we need to
Nope,
vote on
Got
that.
to vote.
Oh, we're in discussion. Thank you. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Got me off track. Okay. Action item, resolution 7-2026. A resolution establishing building permit fees for construction permits issued, adopting the state of Oregon building valuation data by reference and repealing resolution 21-2022.
So Glenn will give more detailed information, but this is an annual thing that happens, and all we're changing is the valuation. Our fees haven't changed, but the valuation that affect the fees or whatever, that changes, and that's kind of and that's governed by the state. Glenn, can you fill in the blanks?
Yeah, so basically, once a year, we adopt the new valuation. The state requires that we use the International Code Council valuation table, which comes out twice a year, but we only adopt it once a year because it goes up. I mean, the valuation goes up, and the valuation is based on construction cost. So like Brandon said, our fees haven't gone up since inception, since 2001, I think. But the valuation steadily climbs up, and it does cost the builders and then ultimately the home buyer more money. I gave you an example there of what it would cost, how much more a 2,000 square foot home would cost. and it's basically $74 for a house additional. Any questions?
Anyone have any questions for Glenn?
I move to approve resolution 7-2026, a resolution establishing building permit fees for construction permits issued, adopting the state of Oregon building valuation data by reference, and repealing resolution 21-2022.
I'll second that.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Question for you. As far as I believe I heard, this is a yearly thing we do?
Yeah, every February, the valuation table changes, and then every February, we adopt that one.
What's that?
Every February, the valuation table
February.
is
It's
new.
done every February?
Every
Why
February.
are why are we repealing resolution 21-22?
Because that resolution tied us to having to do this every year, and then this resolution, the plan was to have it adopt the most recent version going forward, so we wouldn't have to go through this process anymore.
Okay. Copy. All right, makes sense. Thank you.
Any other
Yep.
discussion?
So it shouldn't be too much trouble to bring this to the city council once every other year or two.
Every year, every February. Yeah, we can continue to do it.
I don't think anybody's saying it's a problem. It's kind of like updating fire code every year, right? What are they gonna say? No, we don't want to. We're not gonna update our fire code. It's kind of one of those things that just kind of happens.
The state
Formality.
mandates it,
It's a
yeah.
formality to have them come to the board and go, okay, we need to update our fire code because they updated fire code, the state did. Well, we're not gonna be less than the state, right? So it's a formality to have it done. Basically the exact same thing that's going on here. It's just a formality to come through to you and go, I wanna update this because the state updated theirs or whatever it is.
So,
That-
so
it's
was I
just skipping a step.
misunderstanding the fact that because I didn't read it, it's pretty obvious. Okay.
Mhm.
That I thought the resolution was so that they didn't have to come to us
Right.
every
That
time.
exactly 100%. There, the resolution's making it skip a step. Right, coming to us instead of just updating it.
From now on, it sounds like to me.
From now on, it's just
Now it's
updating
gonna update. They don't have.
instead of having to come to us to get
It's
permission to
gonna update
update.
automatically because that's what they have to deal with or do or whatever, according to the
And
state.
but my point is,
Uh-huh.
it seems to me like the council should know if all of a sudden half the people that are coming in here to get a permit, it's more than it was last year.
We can have Glenn print out what the valuation is, because if it's done every February, it can be part of his report that like, hey, here's the new valuation.
Okay, that's my only concern, is that I just didn't want him to have an easy time of it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I want
I'm
you to have
happy to
him feel
come every
jealous.
February.
Don't be sitting on your laurels, Glenn.
Never. We're too busy.
We're still in discussion, right?
Yeah.
All right. Any other discussion? All right. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. We're next to the public comment. I'll go ahead and read the little thing I get to read. Public comment period is an essential part of local government meetings, and our council takes community input into consideration. However, in observance of Oregon open meeting laws, this isn't the time for dialogue, but rather a time for us to listen to you. Our city manager will direct staff to follow up with you regarding your comments or questions. Anyone may speak on a topic other than a matter in litigation, a quasi-judicial land use matter, or a matter scheduled for a public hearing at some future date. Each person has 3 minutes to speak. When your name is called, proceed to the podium. Speak clearly into the microphone. Begin by stating your name and address, and then express your view or offer your suggestions in a courteous and considerate manner. Remember to direct all your remarks and questions to the council through the mayor. It is not appropriate to address the audience or the staff directly. Mr. Smokey Whiteman, it is your turn. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor Keeper. I'm Smokey Joe Whiteman. I live at 813 Mount Adams, Boardman, Oregon. And I would like to talk a little bit about being a property owner. And Mr. Hammond invited me to sit on a committee. And I went to 2 committee meetings. And I feel that they were good meetings. We talked about code updating because our weak codes currently, we have weak codes for fire and different codes that are obviously going to create problems in the future if we don't update them. So that was our goal, I believe. And we did indeed go over, basically it was sent a couple copies of like the dowels, and one was from Seaside to kind of look and get an idea what kind of codes are out there to, and we kind of use those as our basis. Our first go round, I expressed some, I guess, concerns about some of the codes and the restrictions and how severe those restrictions would be. And I didn't feel fairness to property owners. And I just want to voice that to the city council. One of the reasons is because I think that there's too much restriction. I think it could be more of an educational thing to begin with, and not just, I'm going to lien your property, and I'm going to give you a code violation automatically and then come lien you and then give you a Class C felony. I think there should be some, let me kiss you first type deal, So I think that the restriction is too much. And the other thing was bare soil, property, fire breaks, without alternatives. There's green grass. That's an alternative. I would think that's a fire suppression. So what about rock? What about gravel? So I just want the council to be open-minded when you guys go and look at our codes that we recommended and be fair. And one of the other things, the height, 6 inches. So if I'm a big property owner out there and I need 6 inches mowed, how are you going to mow 6 inches? You're not. So make it 10 inches because the ground is doing this. It's not flat where you can mow it, So there's verbiage that can be cleaned up. And that's all I'm asking for, is that when you look at the codes that we presented to you to look at, that you're fair for property owners. And I understand, and I'm very sympathetic to what happened with the houses and that caught fire. But I don't think that it's fair to say, okay, we're going to just make severe codes to prevent that from ever happening again. You can't predict what Mother Nature throws at you. So all I want you guys to do is be fair when you're thinking about making codes and property owners. And the other thing was, I think that 10 days is too short. Property owners that live out of town or elderly property owners aren't going to be able to get that taken care of before, unless they're able to have conditions in the code that says, we have provisions. You're in surgery in Portland, and you get a code violation and you got 10 days to take care of it. Well, I mean, there's got to be some provisions in these codes to accommodate for those type of things, and I didn't see them in there. So I think 2 meetings isn't enough to really understand and think through these codes. I don't want you to rubber stamp something that we just had 2 meetings on and say, this is going to be our new codes. So I want you guys to think about that. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Smokey. I don't think we've had the full report come to us yet. It comes today.
See, I assumed you guys had it. That's what.
No, but it's good.
Something in-
It's good that you, I didn't see it. I missed it. It's good that you shared those comments because I've been having those conversations too about the same concerns that you've had.
Yeah,
So-
I want a safe neighborhood, and that's why I take care of my property and mow it. But there's got to be alternatives to more than just bare soil. It's erosion. The ground's going to erode. It's going to blow, and it's going to be another problem. So
Absolutely. Thank you.
there's got to be some more forethought involved in what our codes really need to be. I'm sympathetic. I don't want a fire. I don't want to take somebody's house down. That's why I take care of my property and I mow it. But it's green, it's grass, it's green grass, along the fence lines and around those buildings and things, the fence lines, properties or sheds or whatever, I try to maintain that. And not everyone does that, but let's educate them on that. Let's educate people before, bam, I'm gonna drill you with a code violation. And then if you don't take care of it in 10 days, I think that's too short a time period to take care of things, especially if you're an elderly person or,
Well, I appreciate your comments and your concerns. And when we are discussing it, everyone here is very sympathetic and will definitely, and understanding will definitely listen with.
yeah, I knew I probably would take more than say your time.
Well, when's the last time you came and talked?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. And how many people are there? So there's nobody else after you. So, but thank you. And I appreciate your comments. All right. So we'll go to other reports and discussion. Looks like we're on the police report.
Good evening. You should have a copy of the police report for last month, and I want to keep that real brief unless you have some questions, because I have a couple other things to go over. So if you have any questions about that specific report, I'd be happy to discuss those. Real quick, our DUIs continue to be a severe issue. It's not surprising that we get 2 or 3 DUIs a weekend or even during the week. We're continuing to focus on that. We're paying overtime for DUI enforcement, and we simply, it's a repetitive problem. Had several discussions with the courts and some other avenues, even clear up to the Attorney General on things that we should be doing to try to address some of these issues. So we'll continue to focus on that issue and hopefully give you some good news eventually. A few weeks ago, Brandon and I attended the school board meeting for Morrill County School District. They presented the Boardman Police Department with a recognition for our partnerships with our school resource officer and how well that has been working together as a team to provide safety for our youth. It was kind of a nice recognition for our SRO. In addition to that, I've been working with the IMESD, which covers 18 different school districts, including Morrill County School District, trying to implement a consistent policy or a consistent mapping program for all schools in the 18 different school districts for law enforcement response or fire response, EMS response, so that anybody can pick up our dispatch or whatever can pick up and say, I need you to go to A3. they can look and go right to A3. Right now, if I go to Hermiston and they say, I need you to go to the library, I'm going to go, where's the library? Well, I can assure you, if there's a major incident anywhere in this region, you're going to have first responders responding from all over the place to our schools, or we'll be going to their schools, and having a consistent mapping program that works across those districts are imperative. So I'm happy to say that that program is coming to fruition. Morrow County, I would say, is a step ahead of rest of the other school districts because the vendor that we're going to be working with, I've already signed a contract on behalf of the Morrow County School District and have used CREZ funds to pay for the mapping of Boardman schools. I can't pay for the mapping for all the schools, but we'll do Boardman schools for sure. We are also working with Morrow County School District to provide a software platform where the mapping can be integrated into the software platform, in which all these schools, incident command, all these different first responders can go through this. And again, it has a electronic map that keeps attendance for students. So they can let us know right away which rooms are secure by hitting a button. This building's secure, or this room's secure as we're trying to clear a building. And will this be real live data? I have also used some CREZ funds to pay for the software for the school district. And it will encompass all of Morrow County School District because it's just one software platform. We were going to do it for us anyway, so we just integrated the whole school district. So with those partnerships, the fire department has split half the cost of the mapping with the police department, so we're using CREZ funds for those. Great thing for the safety of our students. I can't tell you how important that is, and the fact that we're going to continue to invest in their safety moving forward. And the partnerships are huge. So with that, I've taken more time than I normally do, but are there any questions? Any comments?
Have you considered including any of the early learning centers?
So we have to do that. In order to do that, we have to have some contracts with them, some agreements. So I'm not saying we won't do it. Initially, through IMESD, I don't think that those other schools are part of that.
They have classrooms there. IMESD does.
Yes, but I don't think they have the overall responsibility of those other schools. So
No, that would fall on Head Start and the Port of Morrow.
yes.
Was there any offer from Morrow County Health or some of the other entities to help pay?
No, but we didn't ask them either, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, and again, this is more of a first responder thing, and the health district isn't really, I mean.
But the health district would have ambulance service and first response service.
No.
No.
Boardman Fire takes care of the ambulance services.
County sheriffs? No.
They
It's only
they
for
will be
Boardman?
responsible for the rest of the county.
Yeah.
We are responsible for Boardman.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, because the system wide, but it was going to cover everyone. I just wondered if anybody else thought it was important enough and they wanted to help contribute.
So hopefully, without getting too much in the weeds, so the IMESD put in for a federal grant in which we all committed letters of support to.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll get reimbursed, but I didn't want to wait to find out if we got the grant to get this program moving.
Okay.
The sooner we get it in place, the better. The software won't be part of the grant. I think we will be one of those agencies and school districts that set the bar for everybody else to try to come up to and see that this is a working project. So I'm not going to wait for the other schools to come on board. We have an opportunity to provide safety for our youth, and we're going to jump on it as soon as we can.
So I got a question. So we Boardman funds are paying, Boardman CREZ funds are paying for the Boardman schools.
Yes.
What funds were used? What did the school district get? Did we use school or Boardman funds to do a platform for the school district? Did I hear that right? What was given, what were the CREZ funds used as far as the school district, and were they Boardman CREZ funds?
I
Was it
guess
software? Did you say it was software?
software and mapping, yes.
So the mapping we're doing for our school, for Boardman schools.
Correct.
The software, Boardman CREZ funds paid for the county software or the school district software? Because they get CREZ funds too.
Yes and no.
Okay,
So
help me understand. I didn't follow all of that.
So to integrate the mapping into the software, which was a huge thing for us for incident response, the school district didn't have or didn't budget funding for this. This is a project that I have been working on for public safety and law enforcement. When we got the CREZ funds, that was my intended use, was to use that software. The software covers the entire school district, and it didn't change the price. If I said, I just want it in Boardman, I don't want to do it in the other buildings, it didn't change that price. So
None of the other towns pitched in with CREZ funds to help with the software for their schools?
no, and nor were they asked. I didn't ask them to kick in. Again, it's not going to change the price.
I get that.
It's important to have it known.
Because it's cheaper for them now. I know it's important because they don't have to use CREZ funds to help pay for the software. I mean, it's kind of a somatic thing. I get that we're the driving force for it. We're the largest school or the CREZ fund recipient. I get that.
So I think it's important to understand, I was going to do it anyway.
Yes.
Yes, if they want to kick in, great. But we didn't ask them to because we were going to do it anyway. And it didn't change the cost of the program for me to provide it for the entire district.
But it's just like you said earlier, you were working with IMESD.
Yes.
Did they have a contract to help pay for you working with them?
I'm not, I guess I'm not following.
Like you're not getting paid
No,
to be the driving force.
no,
Right?
no.
Which and I'm not saying it like that you should be because Boardman is paying you, but I'm just saying I appreciate everything that you're doing. I just want everyone to know that it is Boardman that's paying for that all the work that you've been doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Thank you.
I don't think our students say, and I don't mean this negatively, but I don't think our student safety should depend on whether I get paid or the IMSD pays or Irrigan pays or whatever. I think, yes, I understand that they should have the ability to pay. I have no problem with that. This was a program I was going to move forward with anyway, whether they've paid or not. If they do pay, great. If they don't, we still are providing safety to our student youth, which is a priority. It's a huge priority.
Correct me if I'm wrong. They can't use the software, anything like that, without getting their own mapping in the first place. Right.
So the whole school district will have the availability to the software. The mapping has to be done by each building. It's about $5,000 to map out each building in the school district. I only paid for Boardman schools, and that was split with the fire district. So
basically, if Hepner wanted to do this, the software is already there.
Yes.
Because it covers the whole county.
Yes.
Right. But for them to actually do the mapping is where they would have to fork in their own funds if they wanted to do it for Hepner, for Irrigan, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Right. That's the mapping portion.
Yes.
So that's where they're going to put their own money in if they want to do it.
And that's going to be the major, the higher portion of the cost is the mapping, because they have to do 9 buildings within the school district. We just took out the 3 so that we didn't wait for them to say, yeah, we're going to try to find the money. It was a priority for us to try to get it done sooner. And we had the availability of those funds.
I get it. I see where the mayor's coming from. I see where you're coming from.
I just feel like we get shafted and we're being, as a community, we get shafted. And whether that's true or not, other communities feel like they get the most say. And we're the driving force to make our community better, but yet, by golly, you're the piece of garbage community that takes all the CREZ funds.
Well,
So that's my frustration. I'm glad that we do that. But it's a good thing that we're doing it for the community and for our school district so that the communities that don't think they get enough money, thank you very much, City of Boardman.
If I might, Mr. Mayor, again, I would just say that I can't negatively say anything about anybody else because I didn't ask them to participate or to participate in funding. I was focused on what was best for Boardman. It just happened that we were able to provide those services for the rest of the school district, which I couldn't see a negative to doing that because it protects all the youth in Morrow County. So
Being a good neighbor is still important.
And that's what
Absolutely.
even though it sticks in my craw, but it's what needed to happen. And I'm glad that Boardman is willing to do that. And we have leaders like you and others that are willing to do that.
well, again, I have to tell you that Dr. Mulvihill with IMS ESD has been a great partner for school safety. We've worked together for many years trying to address school safety. Part of the I Love You Guys program all came from working with the IMESD, which
We
is
were a leader with that too.
We were a leader with that as well. I see this as a step forward.
I would say Morrow County was the leader.
Absolutely.
Not Board. It was Morrow County was the leader.
I would even go as far to say that Boardman was the leader in that because we implemented the program and did a 18 district
I remember that
scenario here, the first one done in Eastern Oregon based on those foundations, but it was also the partnership. So the rest of the law enforcement agencies are working together with the school district. So we've got Baker County, Union County, all the police chiefs in those 3 counties, Morrow County as well, the sheriff, everybody's working together to come to this standard so that we have a good response for our youth.
I am curious if there's any interest in going forward with something about the early learning center.
I'm not going to say no, but there's a lot of paperwork that has to be navigated to make it happen.
Okay.
Out of the 18 school districts, are those in Washington as well, like Kennewick, Richland?
No, it goes from basically Morrow County cleared to Baker County.
Okay, so there's the east.
Yeah, so it gets pretty much everything from here to Baker, all the school districts.
Okay.
Other questions for Chief?
Nope, thank you.
Thank you.
Push forward on it.
Thank you. Building Department report.
So,
You got it. Chief took it all.
yeah, I know, I'll be quick. We're busy. We are, we've got a lot in the plan review stage right now. A lot of new houses and a lot of new commercial development that Jose and I are working through the plan review. And then as soon as we get that done, get those permits issued, they'll start building. And I think this summer, everybody's going to see an increase in activity throughout the whole city.
Any questions for Glenn?
I seen that they took in a lot of money this last time.
Yes.
Everybody's buying the permits before they're shut down. Good job.
I'll take credit for that.
Thanks, Glenn. Public Works.
Oh, so you have my report and look through it. Any questions on that or any other questions for things going on?
I just got one question. Did we end up, or Did you end up finishing the remote, water meters or whatever the?
Oh, the radio reads?
Yeah, are they all done? Okay. That was the only question I had. Thank you.
There are some that need to be replaced because some of them have become faulty.
But yeah, they're done. Nice.
What is rotting and jetting of sewer system?
So our back truck, the big boy,
Uh-huh.
has a reel on the front with a high pressure, like we have a pressure washer hooked to, but it's got like a big jet nozzle that has different rotating. So there's some that cut roots, some that cut concrete, some that cut whatever's in the storm drains or the sewers that are blocking it up. It'll fogs, fat oils and greases. So yeah, so they're just different. So we went through. We did a TV inspection, which is a company came in and ran cameras through to make sure the pipes were in good shape. They hit every grout line, and everything looked really good. But there was some obstruction, so we went through and we rotted them before they took the camera through, and then we did it again where they found problems.
All right. Okay. That was my only question.
When are the lights likely to be turned on at Main?
Question for you, Mattel Electric.
Oh,
Lights are in. We ran them the other day, ran a generator. They all light up. Good. But yeah, we're waiting. Yeah, hoping next week. So the power comes from a transformer that we have all the ditch dug. And we're just waiting on Mattel Electric to get in there.
Do we have any flags ordered to be hung and flower pots and all that to go on the light poles?
No, they're not ordered yet.
It's gonna have to be in next year's budget because we didn't have it in this budget.
Yeah, after June. But the lines are in, sprinklers are in.
Okay.
Good. It looks good.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Thanks, Junior. Planning Department.
I'm here.
Hi there.
Happy to answer any questions you may have on the written report.
Other than we can't get our, what is it, the TSP passed by the county?
Yes, and they have delayed the hearing again.
Yeah, it's getting really old. I might as well just say that. Mr. Jensen probably needs to put some pressure on the planning department over there to pass something that needs to pass.
I can't argue with you.
I mean, it's absurd. It's frustrating.
Yes.
Guess he doesn't want his water.
Yeah, I don't know what the bargaining chip is, but yes, it's been a long time coming.
Yes.
On a more positive note, the Park and Recreation District did adopt the Parks Master Plan, so both jurisdictions have adopted that particular document.
Sweet.
Yeah. So Mr. Hammond can do some PR for me.
Gonna have to.
Any questions for Carla? You're thinking, Mrs. Pettigrew?
Well, I was just thinking that, have we seen the park master plan? Does that come to, I mean, just for our own knowledge, I don't care about.
Yes, it was adopted on January 13th. And it has been posted to the city's website.
Okay, so if I'm interested in what it says, I go to the website and look. Okay.
At this point, doesn't have its own dedicated page yet, but it is shown as the adopted document on the strategic planning page.
Okay.
When does the next park committee start? Oh, that's not her? Mer. Okay, never mind.
What?
Mer.
The next park is our sports complex, right?
It's talking about what we're gonna do with the master plan, how to implement it, but we need to do a
She's
budget
not on that
first.
committee, so if you're
I can still have an opinion today.
Any other questions for Carla?
I don't have any.
Thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
City Manager.
One more prior.
Do we have a committee?
Yeah,
Fire Safety Committee.
Fire Safety Committee.
I didn't see a Fire Safety Committee.
Sound too happy over there.
Well, it's on your agenda.
Okay, you tell me where it says on my agenda.
It's here under, it's under E.
Committee report.
Maybe you're not using the
It's,
right agenda. Here's
It's-
mine. It says Committee Reports, Fire Safety Committee, Chief Stokoe. But you're the mayor. You make all the rules.
Are you using the current one and the provide, or the proposed one?
why do I?
Instead
Okay.
of regular.
So you've been
That's
pretty
what
Okay, committee reports.
Here, there you go.
No, I
The
have it
bottom
on
line.
here.
Yeah, you do.
I have, how many agendas?
Shocker. He's just my puppet.
Am I good now? Okay. So I'm tasked with giving the committee report for the Fire Safety Committee. And so I believe you guys created the committee a couple of months ago and asked the committee to look into how to address the noxious vegetation, the fire issues that we've been facing in Boardman. So I think several invites went out. My friend Smokey Joe was invited, the fire chief, myself, planning department, public works department, and city council. Heather was a representative for the city council. Pardon me?
County.
Yeah, Corey Sweeney with the weed department was all part of the discussion. We did have a couple meetings to discuss some of the issues. I know that we were provided a couple different ordinances from different jurisdictions to review, and the committee looked at what ordinance would best fit for the Boardman community. We made some modifications to that. Part of the issue that we face, at least from my involvement or being around it, is our process. So Chief Hughes and I have had many discussions over the years. It's just a matter of time before we have a major issue because of the amount of weeds that or brush that are allowed to accumulate and grow before they're mitigated. A couple years ago, we had a fire over across from the Windy River that had we not had a water tender that was doing a construction project over there in the area, we may have lost some houses over there as well. Code has been, the code for noxious weeds was 2 paragraphs, if I'm not mistaken, and needed some severe overhaul. Where they ran into a major issue was trying to get compliance. The way the process is set up, you go out, give notice, you contact them and say, hey, your property owner, you need to mitigate your property. 30 days later, nothing happens. The next step is then they send out a written letter saying, hey, you have 30 days in which to address this issue. And then if nothing happens, then the next step, if I remember right, I don't remember if everybody remembers, but there's another process. So it can be appealed for another 30 days. So you're 90 days into a fire season before you can actually force them to do something. That takes way too long. And so we did agree that we need to streamline the process. We heard earlier that 10 days is probably not enough. I would argue that most of the vacant properties that we deal with have had the same contact year after year after year after year, the same letter saying you've got to mitigate it. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that we need to do something. The whole problem is if we don't get rid of the fuel, and that's the brush that causes the fire, it's only going to happen again. We have high winds in Boardman. It's going to move fast. So we have to mitigate this at some point. Do we have the answers? I don't know. I thought we came up with some pretty good discussion to keep the fuels from being an issue. Some of the requirements or recommendations are that we speed up the process. So again, we can't go 90 days into a fire season and not have these taken care of. Some of the other things that were discussed were a 20-foot barrier from property line in on those lands. And so we talked about either a bare ground or a green belt at that 20-foot area. And then from that 20-foot, an additional 100 feet that they mitigate those weeds or property down to a 6-inch, approximate a 6-inch. You're never going to get exactly 6 inches, but that's a standard to shoot for because less fuel, the fire doesn't travel as fast. And it doesn't go up as high because your flames, when you're getting into 3 foot, I'm telling the fire guys, probably something that they already know, but the taller the brush is, the higher the flames are going to be because there's so much more fuel there. So those are some of the recommendations. The other issue, I think the positive is to improve the appearance. It is to mitigate the fire exposure, improve pedestrian safety, because we do have areas in which folks are walking along trails with weeds and stuff that people can be hiding behind, brush and trees and stuff like that that need to be addressed. And to reduce some of the unlawful activity that happens in some of these areas. So that's just a kind of a brief overview. Heather, anybody else that was participating want to add, I'd be more happy to hear from them. So.
Well, I appreciate Smokey's comments, and maybe on that 20-foot green belt, we could add gravel also, because gravel would also
Anything.
something that's not flat, that's not going to be
Yes.
flammable.
Yeah, why restrict it? Why make it?
This is gonna be a code.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
This is gonna be a code.
At some point.
At some point it needs to be, but there's a lot of work to do here, folks. I mean, but what I would tell you.
My question is, if you're in violation of this, I have been notified of violations due to trees. Smokey Joe's been notified to have people complain about stuff, and good citizens will fix their codes, but we have people who don't fix code violations and nothing happens. And so if I am a person who is in violation of this code, why should I worry about it when I know of a certain person who has a code violation for a sign and that never gets fixed?
So,
and that's hard for me.
So what I would say is,
as a citizen,
when it comes to code enforcement, everybody gets treated the same. There has to be consistency across the board, period. No matter what the code is, there has to be consistency. The other issue is we have a lot of work to do on our process. So we're considering an administrative process rather than a criminal citation to try to address some of these issues. But that's another whole nother conversation that has to be done. Our codes they really need some work. And that's part of the problem. When you have a 2-paragraph ordinance dealing with how to deal with noxious weeds, there's nothing to it.
And that's one of the reasons why I think having 2 meetings and then coming and having, okay, we're gonna have these new codes is a little rushed to me. I know fire season's coming and it's, that's the big rush. But let's think these things through a little bit.
Unfortunately, Smokey, you've already had your time. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude.
I may have opened that door because he was on the committee.
No, yeah, that's what I was going to say is.
Then I apologize because you were on the committee.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I did have one other thing to add.
You have the right to speak because you're on the committee.
Okay.
Just at the mic.
Yeah, I gotta go to the mic though.
Well, I did have one other thing to add, because you did mention about the 10-day, and I do agree that we do need to do the 10-day, but maybe ahead of fire season, maybe send out letters and say, hey, fire season is coming.
That was my educational idea,
Correct.
Which we do.
Okay.
And we send them out around April that was the goal. We were hopefully having something done prior to the normal time we send out a letter, which is in April.
Right, and that way it gives those people opportunity to clean up there before they get a violation. But once, if they choose not to do that, then the violation, they've got 10 days.
I think it's important to understand that education is huge.
Yes.
And we start out with education. Unless there's a severe issue, we're going to try to get compliance without issuing citations or whatever. But there does come a time where you have to hold people accountable. And we've got to mitigate this, because if we don't, it's going to happen again.
So,
It's going to happen again.
In the plan, is there something that's thought of as how it is enforced?
not so.
Not yet.
No, and so right now, what we're talking about, really, the purpose of the report is the committee on the right track for just the nuisance abatement? When we talk about enforcement, that really is a big deal. That is something totally different. We are going to get something done. My hope is to have something presented in April. Absolutely, totally different.
Okay.
But the nuisance, the principles are like the fire break, the time frame, the length. Those things were addressed. Having it be not just a set period, but it would be an annual thing, that these have to be maintained annually. So those principles aligned with what you guys are thinking? That's
We need
really
to have a workshop to hammer it out more, because what is bare ground?
Correct. And I think what they're saying is there's some other things,
Yeah.
but that's what the committee is designed.
Well, that's
to
what
do.
I mean.
Yeah.
Do we need to have a workshop to be able to hammer out some of these things, to give a report back to the committee to say, hey, these were our concerns?
I think that's what the committee's doing.
Yeah, and right now, just give us some direction. And if
Well,
you
do we
think,
want to spend, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't
Are
have.
we asking the committee to come back together with some additional
that
correction?
Well, that's what I'm
Yes.
trying to
Mr. Mayor.
figure out. Yes.
Can I speak for just a second?
Yeah.
No.
First, I'm gonna go to Karen, because she's had her hand up over there for a little while and nobody's paying attention to her.
So does this mean tumbleweeds and everything? Because you didn't want me to interrupt you.
No, because I think your question's probably gonna align with mine.
So are we talking tumbleweeds and everything?
yes, within the 20 feet, you can. I talked to Corey about that. And even if you designate 100 foot, so if we designate 20 feet as the fire brush, whether it's bare ground, green belt, rock, whatever, yes, tumbleweeds out. And then if you designate 100 feet of
Did I say tumbleweeds?
6 inches.
Did.
Okay, I meant sagebrush.
Yes,
We did
you
ask that
can,
question.
you can.
You can
If
what?
if
So
we
you're thinking-
designate the brace, then the area, then yes, you can do.
Making all of the lots in Boardman flat and 6 inches?
We discussed on sagebrush that we clean around and reduce the fuels around the sagebrush, because we understand that the root structure keeps the dust from blowing. So we didn't say wipe everything out. What we're saying is you got it, but you got to mitigate this, because if you don't,
Someone will, my thought is on this is that if you don't have something ironclad, people are gonna take advantage of it, because they will put more effort into not doing anything than actually just doing the right thing. That is my feeling on this. And so if we don't have something perfect, then
And again, to me, that is like that is the consequence side. And that is something we do need to have, be more consistent, and it needs to be a little quicker process.
But I feel like, oh, I'm sorry.
No,
Nathan,
go for it.
have-
You're good. You're already speaking. You're already halfway through your sentence. Go for it.
What I was
I'll get my
thinking is
turn.
that I do think the committee probably needs to come back together. And my initial thought is in January, we're sending out to all the landowners. This is our timeline. We're going to send you out. This is what we're expecting. In April, you're going to get another letter. That's going to start a 30-day window. Come the 1st of May, if you haven't started working on it or shown some reasonable progress towards this, you'll get another letter, something along the lines of, making people see the urgency of their actions. I don't know, is 6 inches some kind of a standard in the grass? Because
It was a
Joe says
suggestion.
10 inches. I don't know that 4 inches is that big of a difference. But maybe it would allow for the less even ground spaces. Because when I look out at that field that burnt last year, it has big hills in it, steep little gully spots. And I can only imagine that if I were walking out there, I would encounter rocks bigger than my feet. So, I don't know, that might be hard to mow to 6 inches. Just as a point of, you'd have to get a backhoe, level the ground, kind of thing.
And then you're gonna have sand blow
Well,
and have to abate the sand.
right,
Correct.
and your real estate ends up in Hermiston. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert here. I'm just asking.
So, question. We talked about this before, Brandon. This whole thing that we're talking about right here, noxious weeds, right, makes no sense. Because grass is not a noxious weed, right? And our problem is the grass, right? We're not taking care of the sagebrush because vital part, it's normal, it's a plant technically. So, and I see this on more of non-vacant lots, correct? So this is a non-vacant lot issue more than it is a noxious weed issue. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You mean vacant land or non-vacant?
Sorry,
land?
vacant.
Yeah.
Sorry, vacant.
Thank you.
I understand.
Yeah, sorry. So like, yes, a vacant lot issue, not a noxious weed issue, correct?
I would say no, because you have noxious weeds. I mean, and we can get into a whole list of noxious weeds.
Mhm.
There's quite a few of them, and I wasn't really trying to address those in this format.
No, you're good.
Um,
I was curious because the whole time I've figured this more of as a vacant lot issue because where we've had our fires, right? Where we have our fires, they're not in somebody's backyard 99.9% of the time because they have too tall of grass, right? It's our 5-acre parcels or our 67-acre parcels, stuff like that, this vacant lots. I guess that's kind of where it's throwing me off. Because it's not really a weed issue, it's a vacant lot issue.
But is that just semantics?
Potentially it is, but it's throwing me off. And we're
Okay.
sitting here focusing on noxious weeds when it's a vacant lot because I'm not gonna go to your house because you have 7-inch grass in your backyard, right? Our lots that are not vacant, that people normally take care of them. We don't have necessarily 100 feet. There's lots right over here on the corner. 20 feet, you do a 20-foot perimeter, you're gonna have a little square patch of grass in the middle, right? Like, so that's what I'm curious. Have we put any thought into lot sizes into this argument, or is it just straight across the board?
That was not a topic for us to discuss. That we were provided with
The
this
nuisance.
topic. We didn't get into the
Typically,
lot
they,
size or any of that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
no, typically they are connected to, it's like it just says nuisance, but I agree with you. The vacant lot is where you.
What gives you the authority is the noxious vegetation. That gives you the authority to enforce.
Okay. Thank you. That makes sense. So everything has to fall under that one.
But we
be able to
do,
enforce it.
but we do have code that is a vacant lot that you could just deem it in the code, like, hey, in a vacant lot, these are the expectations.
Okay. So
Without a grandfather clause.
No.
and then just
that-
more clarification on what bare ground is, like it's been mentioned multiple times, but what is bare ground? What is a fire break? Does it mean tilling it up? Not necessarily.
Correct.
Right. There's multiple options of ways around that. Tilling it up.
Raising their hand, sorry.
So
Tell me those,
what
the bare soil, what mandatory bare soil, what options do we have?
Well, like I really like the idea of gravel. I think gravel looks a lot better than tilled up dirt. That's
So
one-
long as it's sprayed or something.
Right. I like the idea of green grass
Even
more
better.
than I do dead grass. But take this lot over here, for instance, that's
You're not gonna
like kitty corner us. You're not gonna get green grass out there, right? So there's gotta be something else. He's gonna take it to dirt or he's gonna come put 20 feet of gravel down. 20 feet of gravel looks a lot more appealing than a dirt lot.
And it keeps the sand from blowing away.
So that's what I just want more clarity on what bare ground is, what are our fire breaks.
So,
Things. Just from what I've seen in the summary and everything, it just says bare ground.
so don't quote me. I believe Chief Hughes is the one that gave us some language that had to do with fire code.
Okay.
So I believe that's where we got to that. As far as disking, yeah, he would love to have it disc. The problem is, the committee is like, okay, you do that. Now you're creating a lot of dust.
100%.
And so which one are we going to mitigate? And so, well, my common sense tells me if I go out and I get that 20-foot buffer and I take a lawnmower and take it down to dirt, that pretty much covers it.
Oh, 100%. But bare ground again, like that's what
Again, that's, I guess you'd have to I think that's why we put in the 20-foot green belt / bare ground fire break. I don't think they care if it's gravel or whatever. We shouldn't force somebody to put in gravel because that's a pretty good, huge expense. If they don't want to, if they want to do it, that would be fine.
Right. Yeah, obviously, I'm not going to go force somebody to put gravel in.
Right.
But
We're not saying that. What we're saying is you have to mitigate it. So mitigate it with a green belt, something that will prevent the fuel from butting up against those other properties.
agreed 100%. Just want more. And from what we got on this, our little summary just says bare ground. There's no definitions to it or anything like that.
Again,
Is the principles.
these are what we're recommending or having a discussion. Yeah, we can get back together, but it sounds like Brenda was saying, she listed all these different steps. This is what you guys get to decide, not necessarily the committee. This is your decision. We're just making some recommendation as to this is where we should start. You guys figure it out and then we'll come up with an ordinance.
Norma's got her hand raised.
So does Karen.
I had a question too.
Norma, go ahead.
Okay, so I just did want to point out to everybody that we do send out the letters in April, and they also come with the landscape, local landscapers. And last year I did call everybody on the list to see if they were still available. So just to update that list, it's been updated as of last year. But for the people that are out of town, that's what we do. We send them a list. That way they can get that done as soon as possible. And it is more the out of town people that are not complying right away. And we do start in April. So, I mean, it's a slow process, but a lot of people don't comply right away. I know last year I had people almost in July that were barely mowing their ground, their vacant lot.
So maybe it does need to start sooner.
Yes.
And there needs to be more force behind it. I would agree.
Yeah.
Thank you, Norma.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, Karen.
Ms. Pettigrew.
I think if Smokey Joe hadn't have come tonight and brought this to our attention, we wouldn't have known, we wouldn't have be having this discussion. Bottom line.
Oh, I think we would have, because I was gonna have it.
It's on the agenda.
I was gonna bring up some points, but yes, it might not have been as in depth.
Yeah, I think,
That's why you have a committee.
I appreciate you asking me to sit on the committee. I agree that we need to update our codes, but I want fairness to property owners because I am one. That's all I'm asking for. In terms of how extreme we make our codes. And I know you need to enforce violations, so I agree with that. But we gotta kind of maybe ease into it, not just boom, here we are, we're gonna just cut everyone off and take that code, you know, and you're gonna be strict about it. I feel like most people will respect getting a letter from Norma and deal with their properties. If they don't, then those are the ones you go after. But most folks here, Joe Taylor and I see Joe's here with me, or he, not with me, but he's here. We will take care of our properties. I promise you, we'll take care of them. So they are not a fire hazard. That's what I've been doing the last week. Since I got on this committee, that's all I've been doing, was cleaning up my property.
You need to get,
It works.
Yeah, all of
People need to be on the committee.
to get everybody on a committee.
Right.
Thank you.
And the thing is I got Joe, or Tom and Carol. I've got the duplex there. They water, and Luis, they water back there and mow it for me.
Doesn't get any better than that.
They do it anyway, but part of it, you know, along their fence anyway. So people are receptive to taking care of their own stuff, and that's the other concern I have, that I mowed a lot of these properties. I've been asked to, and I don't want to take up too much time, but behind everyone's property has a gate. Why? So they can go through there and put their garbage and whatever, feet, trims, leaves, whatever, mattresses. I found mattresses with my brush hog. It took me a day to take it out. I mean, that's the cleanup we need to have. And those property owners that take their stuff and put it on private property need to be dealt with. That's our problem. Because that's what fuels fire worse than grass.
So I want to ask the city manager. Is this little proposal we have here that we're supposed to do something about? Is it going to be the part about where I can't park my trailer on my empty
No.
lot?
No, but we need to do that.
That fight will be next on some other day?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get Smokey Joe to come.
So I can't park.
Oh, no, let's.
No, that's another day.
We're getting
We'll
off.
put you on a new committee, Smokey Joe.
All vacant lots.
Along those lines, I did have a question, because you said this a little bit earlier, Brandon, is so the fire committee is really looking at the code, the recommendations for code for noxious weeds and fire hazard.
And
but
if
what-
it
but what
falls
you
under
mentioned-
noxious weeds.
But what you mentioned a little bit earlier with Counselor Salata is that if we wanted to look at
Vacant
vacant
lots.
lots, that
We
would,
do want to look at vacant lots
Yes.
for sure.
but
that
that
is
is
a
something
high
that we
pri-
can also then work on.
Yeah, vacant lots are a huge priority for the city.
Suggest we put it on the agenda for next council.
No, so really, it sounds like, would the council like the committee to meet again?
I would,
Yes.
because I would like them to do some of that work.
So to get a better understanding, what do you want the committee to do?
Well, it sounds like we need to just hammer out a few things that maybe 6 inches, maybe change that, maybe let's define the fire break.
I think it's a us thing and not them a thing.
That's kind of where I'm wondering right now.
It's a 7 of us.
The groundwork, but we're trying to figure out.
If
We don't,
we're recommending 6 inches, if you guys want to let it
Right.
put, that's on you guys, not me.
If you get,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean, I'm willing to meet, but I don't know that there's a lot more for the committee to discuss.
You've given us the options. We need to decide.
You guys figure out what you want as a process, and if you want to put it at a 5 days notice, fine, whatever. We're saying what works now is not working, and no disrespect to Joe, because I get along really good with Joe, but I will tell you, the code people who have been trying to enforce this code for many years have all run up against the same roadblock. It takes too long, and by the time they get done, the season's over and they're starting over right back where they begin. And again, it's the same property owners. The people who are responsible take care of their property. The ones that don't, ignore it. There has to be a process in place that they can be held accountable. And if you can't hold them accountable, the city goes in, they do the work, they put a lien on the property till the abatement's paid off.
It's gotta be fair.
Absolutely. And what's not fair about that, Joe?
Some of the recommendations that were in the timeframe, you said it went from 10 days or 30 days and then 30 turns into 90. Why not make it 14 days? 14, it'll shorten that time so it gives people a little more time.
Again, I think, again, Joe, I think that's what we're saying is we're giving them a recommendation. They pick whatever.
Correct. What do we have for April? Do we have a workshop? No?
We need to have a meeting with us, maybe a workshop or.
Well, it needs to be April then, because again, the whole.
We're already
purpose of
running
this
into fire
because-
season.
Correct.
They just had a wildfire,
Yeah, just
Addison.
today.
not last night or night before.
Yeah, just the
So
other
I
day.
will bring
Hey,
some recommendations, some
How
ordinance.
tall was that grass,
language.
by the way?
Whenever we have our retreat, we can discuss this when we go on our ride around town.
Ooh, what is that, the 21st of March?
21st of March.
Uh-huh.
Can we? Yeah, we'll have to look at that.
About the 21st of March.
It's a retreat, Amanda.
Our retreat.
Drive it, we're supposed to be
A
driving.
driving retreat.
10 to 12, yeah. You were gone.
And Norma, last question or last comment, I should say.
Yeah, sorry. I do remember that on there we did put 15-day notice. Is Jose on here? Jose, do you remember that?
I don't think he is.
Yeah, I think last.
I believe we had a 15-day up to 30 days.
part of
So
that-
it wasn't a 10-day.
Yeah, but part of that is,
Recommendation is 10 days.
yeah.
Is there anything in the ordinance now that is not just for fire, but for all year? Because if this was maintained throughout the year, this
There's
wouldn't be an issue at
again-
fire season.
Again,
And
it's two
so-
paragraphs.
Yeah, and so the recommendation would be that this would be a continuous year-round process, not just come in one day, one month, cut it down, and then another month it's right back up to where it was. It has
Right.
to be continuous. And again, those are all part
Maintained.
of the recommendations.
Okay.
Okay, we'll get it on the
It wasn't
agenda.
mine. Wasn't mine.
We're gonna skip over the city manager report. That's all in our computer. We'll go to council comments.
It's got two real quick. I'm gonna toot my own horn and say congratulations to our wrestling team. They did really well this weekend representing Riverside High School. Came back 4 state placers, 2 more were a match away from placing. And I want to say good luck to our boys basketball team. They compete on Thursday. They play against Pleasant Hill at Marshfield High School. I think it's at 3:15. So. Cool.
And the send off is
Tomorrow morning.
That's enough. Oh, and I do want to say, I do appreciate
Text message.
the police and the fire department for sending us off last week. I know it was a little disorganized because my kids were disorganized, but I did appreciate it. That was I didn't expect that. So I do appreciate that. Thank you.
And
Didn't have anything.
oh, I'm sorry. I would like to go on record with the capital improvement report. Nearly every item on the capital improvement report has a is done, is in progress, or is out for bid. So that's pretty impressive.
I was gonna ask, when is the garbage vouchers coming around? And have we decided to make any changes?
April. We've,
Okay.
yep, April and October.
We're not talking about garbage.
Just so everybody knows, I just found out that you can take anything and put in your dumpster out here. It's cardboard and then it's anything.
No, it's not true.
Is that how it works? Oh man, I got so much stuff to go in anything.
They do that, yes, but they're not supposed to.
It's anything.
No, I went out there today.
There was a mattress in there that Smokey threw in. No. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Got it out of my.
Got it out.
Thanks for coming.
Ugh. All day.
Thanks for coming. Any other council comments?
I want to just say that in line with what Karen just said, if you do have things that you'd like to donate, Norma told me today that you can donate them to the Catholic Church, and there's a special drop-off spot for their community yard sale. So,
Any other council comments?
I do have a council comment. Perfect. Dear Mayor and City Council members, please accept this letter as my formal resignation from my position as a member of the Boardman City Council effective tomorrow, 3/4/26. Serving the city of Boardman has been an incredible honor and responsibility. I am deeply grateful for the trust placed in me by our community and for the opportunity to work alongside such dedicated counselors, city staff, and community leaders. The work we do on behalf of our residents truly matters, and I'm proud of the progress and thoughtful discussions we've had shared during my time on council. It sounded a lot better when I typed it out in my head. After much reflection and consideration, I've made the difficult decision to stand down due to personal and family commitments that require more time and attention. This decision was not made lightly, as my commitment to Boardman and its future remains strong. I will always care deeply about the community and the direction it is headed. I am confident City Council will continue to serve with integrity and dedication. Thank you again for my privilege of serving on the City Council. Respectfully. Tonight is my last meeting.
Didn't say we accepted it.
yeah.
It says please accept. It was already put in the record, so it's there.
That will lead to the mayor comments. We're going to have a candidate filing for councilor elections. We'll have three positions for election. What do you mean by that?
So at the end of the year, we will have 3 positions that are going to be up for re-election. So the candidate filing is due by August. So as you are getting ready to appoint a vacant position, that position will be up for re-election at the end of the year.
Yeah, I was not reading far enough. Deadline to submit to city clerk is August 25th, 2026. So we'll have 3 positions open to run.
Do you know who hold those positions currently?
So Ethan, I believe Karen and Richard.
Okay.
And we need to also have, it's not on here, we need to have openings to replace a counselor.
Yes, we will post a council vacancy.
I need to post a council vacancy, and maybe the deadline will be at the end of the month. Anyone else have any suggestions on that? I was thinking the end of the month to get, and then we'll make our choice on our next council meeting.
And we can align it when the packet goes out, if that works.
Yeah.
Or I can have them prior to when the packet goes out, so any letters of interest.
I think we can make that work. And then
March 30th would be that Monday.
Okay. And then we're having a city manager performance evaluation, receiving evaluation via email on the March 10th. It's going to be due March 20th, and we'll have an executive session on April 7th, just like we did last year for him. So we'll fill out that, we'll send it to you, and then that will get compiled, and then we'll discuss it. Yeah, that's that. I don't have any other mayor comments. So we will go to executive session. Boardman City Council will now meet in executive session pursuant to ORS 192.6602E, which allows the council to meet in executive session to consider real estate. Representatives of the news media or designated staff shall be allowed to attend the executive session in person. Representatives of the news media are specifically directed not to report on or otherwise disclose any of the deliberations or anything said about these subjects during the executive session, except to state the general subject of the session as previously announced. The public Zoom meeting link will be closed during the executive session as permissible. Executive session meetings are not subject to House Bill 2560. No decision may be made in executive session. Executive session is expected to last less than 30 minutes and no action is planned. If no action is planned, it is appropriate. Yeah. And we're not going to have any. Okay, so this city council meeting is adjourned.
Did you want recess?